If you're a complete beginner, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your brand new YouTube channel. From creating an account to setting up the key channel settings so they don't hold you back, turning you into a YouTube pro before you even press the record button. And in this video, you'll be learning the key settings and some of the step-by-step guide so that you'll be able to create a professional account. So let's get on with it. So let's assume that you don't have a YouTube account, right? You come to sign in here. So once you come to sign in here, so we are going to create a new account. So you come here, then you create account. Now there are these three ways with which you can create your account here, which is personal use or for your child or for work or business. So we're choosing for work or business. So I'll be letting you know the reason why you should choose for work or business, because you are creating what? You are creating a business account, right? You're creating a brand. So you type on get a Gmail address. So once you click on this, it's going to take you to another page where we are going to set up our Gmail account. So it's going to bring you to this page where you are going to enter your first name and last name. So the last name is optional, while the first name is what you should put there. So I'm going to put this, right? Then I'll put next. Then after that, you select your month, right? You can put, just make sure it's something that you remember, right? Then you put on the gender, you may rather not to say. Then you click on next. So once you click on next, then it shows you next step is for you to confirm the email address, right? So instead of that, you say get a Gmail address instead. So when you do that, then it's going to show you this. It goes to suggest some email address to you, but you have to create your own Gmail address, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this techfunnel media, right? You see, techfunnelmedia@gmail.com. So make sure you check it correctly so that you are able to put in the correct thing. So make sure you check the correct email address you are putting in here so that you know that you are putting in the correct thing. All right, let's get on with it. So you click on next. Once you click on next, it's going to verify if the email, so it has already taken the email because it is unique, right? So you can allow Google to suggest a password for you, or I'll be creating a video where I'll be teaching you how to create a secure password or strong password. So let me just do let me just do this. All right, then you click on next. So once you click on next, then it takes you to another page where you have to input a phone number, right? You put your country code, or and you also input your phone number here. So I'm going to do so once I do this, then I'll click on next. Then after that, please make sure you enter a phone number, because it's one of the way Google will verify maybe you are the owner or not. So I'm going to receive this verification code on my number now, which I'm going to input into this place. So let me copy. So I've received the code, and the issue is that I did not put 0 at the end of the number. So make sure you enter the correct number. So I'm going to input the code here now, which I received on my phone. Then I'll proceed. Then I'll click on next. So once you click on next, then it takes you to the other page where you have to enter your recovery email address, where Google can contact you if there's an unusual activity in your account. So I'm going to enter that one now. So once you do that, then you click on next, and you can skip it, but it is required that you do that. Now it said I should review my account information. I can use this email address to sign in later. So I'll click on next. So once I click on next, then I should choose my settings, which is choose one step, make a single, choose 4 steps. But let me just choose this one step because of this video. Then I'll click on next. Then after, then I'm going to move on to here by, it still depends on my choice, how my data is saved and how they use to give me personalized experience and more control over any other thing, web and activity and device. So I'll scroll down and I'll click on assets, right? Once I do that, then I still have to confirm about cookies and similar technologies. So this we have to go through this, but because of this video, I'm just going to confirm, right? So once you do this, then you agree to the privacy and terms. I'll still do a video about privacy and terms because many of us don't read the privacy policy of some of the sites that we use or apps. So let's continue with this. So I'll click on agree. So once I click on agree, the next thing is all right, so my account is ready. Now get your business on Google. Type funnelmedia@gmail.com. Get discovered by this and receive tailor recommendations. Yes, I can say not now, and I can click on continue. Right. So once I click on continue, Google actually wants me to create a business account, which I don't want to do. Right. You know, want to create a YouTube channel. Right. So I'll be doing this later on. So rep account that we just create, because YouTube is a Google product. Now, once I have the email set up, then the next thing for us is now to do what? To create our channel. So let's create our channel. So I'll click on create a channel here. And there are two things you have to note here. There's difference between your name and your handle, right? So this is the name that will be showing in your account. And this handle is what will be attached to your URL, which is www.youtube.com/your username or your YouTube handle. So that when somebody types it, it just takes them directly to your YouTube channel. So here, I'm just going to name this Tech Funnel Media. Then I'm going to name this Tech Funnel. You see that it automatically suggests this, right? So I can change this later on, but let's just leave it this way. Then I'll click on create a channel. So once I click on create channel, then we have successfully created our channel. So we are going to move to the next step, which is for us to create to set up some settings, right? So that's what we'll be doing is. So here I have a brand new account. We don't have the logo. I have the name of the channel, and this is the handle. Some sites call it username, right? So now we have to customize this channel, right? So let's get on with it. So right now we have the YouTube name and we have the YouTube handle. So YouTube name and YouTube handle, what is the difference? The difference is that a YouTube name is a name of your channel, and a YouTube handle, think of it like an address, whereby when somebody comes to www.youtube.com/techfunnelmedia, right, or /bidiq or /instabiz, that is the YouTube handle. One of the things I want to recommend is that make sure that your YouTube handle is unique, because you can have different YouTube handles. Think of it this way: we can have many Mr. Beasts on YouTube, but we can have just one Mr. Beast, which is unique. You can have some. One of the things you have to note here also while creating your YouTube channel is your logo. It must be 800 pixels by 800 pixels wide, which is square shape wide. Now the next thing is for us to customize our channel, and there's a settings that I would advise that you set up so that you have access to advanced features. And so once you click on customize channel, then you come down here, you click on settings. Once you click on settings, then you click on channel. Once you click on channel, then you come to feature eligibility. Now here you see that we have the standard features, which is enabled. So for intermediate features, then we have to come down here, right, and verify our phone number, right? And this is going to allow us to be able to upload longer videos, right, and some other features. So here I'm going to click on verify phone number, which is going to take me to the page where I'll verify my phone number. So it's either they text me a verification code or they call me with an automated voice message. Now my country, I'll select my country, then the phone number, I'll input my phone number, and let me do the country code, which is +234 verification code. Now I've received this 6-digit verification code on my phone, which is, right, then I'll click on submit. So once I click on submit, you see that it's telling me that phone number verified. You can close this window and go back to YouTube. Now, right now, let's go back to YouTube, and you see that it's showing me that the features is enabled. Right. So if I go back to feature eligibility, I can see that it is enabled. So if I want to actually turn on these advanced features too, or before then, let's look at this. Now you see that I can have custom thumbnails, I can do live streaming, and I can upload videos longer than 15 minutes. So this is one of the reasons why you have to verify your YouTube account. Alright, next. So here we have advanced features. So note that verifying your YouTube account gives you access to advanced features, which enables you to upload longer videos, create more live stream dailies, A/B testing of titles and thumbnails, external linking, video descriptions, and more other advantage which you get. So make sure you verify your YouTube channel. It also gives you access to, maybe monetization, right? So let's leave this one for now. Don't let us worry ourselves too much about this. So next, let's go to our settings again. So once you get to your settings, then we go to what we call upload default here. So once you get to this upload default, there is something you have to note here, which is your visibility. Now this visibility settings is what enables you, it determines how your video is being shown, right? So remember this, don't ever set it to private. Don't ever set it to public, because it has to do with what happens when you upload your video on YouTube. So you can either set it to unlisted or private. So I'll set it to private. So, and why do you have to do this is because whenever you upload your videos on YouTube, you have to enter the title, you have to enter the descriptions, you have to enter the tags. So it takes time for YouTube to process this video. So that is why you set it to private. So by the time YouTube is done with the checking of this video, then you automatically do what? You automatically set it to public. But when it is private, it is only you that can actually see your video. But when you set it to public, then any other person with your video URL can see it, or anybody that comes to search for videos online. But then you click on save. One of the things that you have to note here is in the settings, upload default. So let's look at the advanced settings. Now the advanced settings here, let's just look at the comment sections. Here we have something we call comment moderation, which is set to basic, or is set to strict or hold all. So if you are the type that hates negative comments in your video, so you can set this to strict, right? But for now, I'll leave it to none. It's community moderation, but I don't think we have to do more thing here. Like I said, don't hold any comment, basic, hold potentially inappropriate comment, whatever here. So I'm just going to leave it at let me just leave it at basic, right? And in the upload default, which I have shown you here too, I think in the advanced settings I've already done something like that. You see, comment is also set to basic, right? So that is all for now. So next I'm going to click on save. So there's another key settings that we have to do is the advanced settings. If you are creating content not made for kids, now here you have to specify if your channel is creating content made for kids or not. So here I'm going to set it to no, this channel is not made for kids. If you mistakenly set your channel to yes, this channel is made for kids, your account can get terminated, because this actually got YouTube into trouble a few years back. You can see it here, right? So make sure you set these settings to no, this channel is not made for kids. And if I already said it, so the next thing we want to move on to is the permission. So let's assume that your channel is going to perform well, which I am trusting that it will perform well. So here is where you are going to invite someone to manage your YouTube account for you. So here you can enter the person's email, such as, let me say, Sarah, right? Sarah at dot. Now we are going to see that, okay, here I can set it to either manager or editor. I can assign any role I want so that the person will be able to manage my YouTube account for me. Now this is the error message I'm actually waiting for, which says only email addresses with Google accounts can be invited to manage your account. Like I said, because YouTube is a Google product, so everything that you have to use here has to do with Google or Gmail, right? So that is why it's saying that
the only email addresses with Google account can be what? Can be invited, which means it must have the aliases, it must end with at gmail.com. So it won't complain about the email address now. So this is how you can actually invite someone to manage your YouTube account, but I'm not doing that in this video. So let's move on to the next step. All right, so the next step that we have to do is the channel settings. Yeah, so I'm going to come to customization right here. So when you click on customization, it brings you to this page. So on this page, we have two tabs, which is your profile settings and your home tab. So once you get to the profile, you have to have it at the back of your mind that you have to have what we call a banner image. That is what you post. That is what you see at when you get to the home page of a channel. For instance, this channel now doesn't have any banner image. In fact, the logo has not been uploaded. So right now, so what we are going to do, and before you do that, always have it about your mind that the dimension of the banner image is 2048 by 1152 pixels and 6 megabytes or less. So I have already created mine in Photoshop, right? So if you need something like this, I can actually help you out. Then for the picture, the profile picture, so always have at the back of your mind too that the dimension must be 98 by 98. You can upscale it, all right, or leave it at 98 by 98, but the size must not be higher than 4 megabytes, which is what you can see here. So let's scroll down. There's something I want us to see here, which is the channel name here, which you can change, and you can change it twice in every 14 days, and also the channel undo, which I have explained earlier. So if I copy this URL now, if I copy this URL and I paste, Control C, then it's Control T, then Control V, and I paste it in a new tab, then it's going to show me the channel, right, which doesn't have anything on it right now. So I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to come back here. You can also change your channel undo once in every twice every 14 days, right? So now one thing you have to note here is this watermark. This watermark is something that shows at the end of YouTube where you will see subscribe button, right? So, and the dimension for that is 150 by 150 pixels in as the recommendation. So if I want to upload something like that here, I'll just click on upload, and once I click on upload, I'll go to where it is saved. Then I'll come to let me use this. Then let's see, maybe it's going to work, and I'll click on done. Right, this is what is going to show. Though I'm still going to change it because I'll have the subscribe, the word subscribe underneath. Right, so where do I want it to show? The display time. Choose when the watermark is displayed on your video. Is it at the end of the video, or custom start time, or entire video? So I'm going to set it to entire video. Right now, let's look at the contact info. This is where people can actually contact your businesses that want to have business to do with you. This is where they contact you. But one of the security measures I want you to take note here is that don't ever, I repeat, don't ever input the email that you use in creating your YouTube channel. Use another email, because if you try to use the email that you use in creating your channel, then your account is 50% to be compromised, right? All right, so now you can use, let me just put this, not your YouTube email, right? All right, I'll be putting this later on. All right, now next, let's go is the description section, where you're actually going to tell viewers about your channel. So you don't have to necessarily have to put a lot of grammar here. Your word must be very simple, and you must make sure that the first 8 to 12 words are the words that your users is going to, they are going to read, because there's a way YouTube gets shown on mobile, and there's a way it gets shown on desktop. So on mobile phones, you must make sure the word, maybe 8 to 12 words, appear saying what you do. You don't have to talk about yourself, because it is for your viewers, right? So here I already prepared a document which I want to use, which is here. So I'll just say this, right? That's all. Then I'll come back here and I'll paste it here, right? I usually talk about tech, web, AI, security, and PC tricks. For inquiries, do this, right? So that is it. That is the first thing that will appear on your mobile, in fact on desktop. And the next thing, all right, so leaving this, then we have to come back to our banner image and for the profile picture. So let me upload a profile picture, which I said must be 98 by 98. So the profile picture is not here, so let me check it where it's actually indicated, which is here, right? So you see that is a square and it's going to accept it the way I'm looking at it now. It accepts my profile picture successfully, which is what is going to appear here soon, right? So these are the channel settings. These are the most important thing that you can do here. And next, so the banner will be doing that later. So I'm going to click here, publish. So once I click on publish, then it automatically saved the changes which I have made so on the YouTube channel. So the next thing we are going to do right now is for us to go to the next key settings, which is the audio library, right? You see changes, publish, go to channel. So if I go to channel now, it says changes, published. So let's see what we have. All right, so this is what we still have here. So it's still processing the logo, and if it did the work, then I'll have to upload another logo with the right dimension, right? All right, so let's go to likes. So let's just go to what we call the audio library. So in this YouTube audio library, this is where you can get a list of tracks that is that you can use for your video, right? Free copyright music, right? So your video doesn't get banned. So you can search the audio catalog for keywords and the like. So you can use all these music and sound effects for whatever you want to use it for, right? So you have a lot of the music here which you can use, which is copyright free. You can use it and your video will not get banned, right? So we have the sound effect here, video right now. So that is for the audio library. So the next here is the hem tab here, which is for monetization. So it's a new channel, but one of the settings you have to note here is before you even apply, you have to set up two-step verification, right? And before you be eligible for that, YouTube is going to monitor your account. If you actually meet up with one of the following, you don't have any subscriber, at least 1,000 subscriber, or this, so it's going to give you the progress while you are working on your YouTube account. So it's going to show you the progress here until you meet up with the requirements so that you will be able to earn on YouTube. So two-step authentication. So the next thing right now here that we have to do is to start creating by hitting the create button here. So with this, you have successfully created your YouTube account. You can start creating videos in your niche. So you can start creating videos on your YouTube account. So if you like this video, follow for more, and you can also drop your questions in the comment section. We have successfully created a YouTube channel right now. So this is how you can create your YouTube channel or anytime you are watching this video. All right, so before you start creating your content or you start creating your video, these are pro tips that you have to have in mind. First of all, you have to ask yourself, who is this channel for and why should they watch your video? So the next thing you have to pay attention to is your thumbnail, title, description. I mean your video title and description, and also your YouTube thumbnail, because it actually play an important role. It is one of the things that your audience is going to see first before they even start watching your video. So instead of you watching videos on YouTube start being a YouTuber by creating your own videos. So I'll be releasing a video where maybe how you can design your thumbnails, or how you can not even design your thumbnail, how you can do any other stuff on YouTube. By the way, this is my first video, so see it on the other side.